Hello everybody, it's me, Sports Talk Guy, and in this episode we'll be discussing the top 5 quarterbacks in the National Football League, the NFL. So, without further ado, let's get started. Number 5 on this list, I have none other than Super Bowl winning quarterback Russell Wilson. Granted, I don't think, in my opinion, he belongs here, but I put him here because he was a great example of doing it all and getting the job done. His stats, I don't even think were top 5 in any of his categories. But he won the Super Bowl. He's a Super Bowl winning quarterback. Granted, his team around him was probably the best a quarterback could ask for. Nothing more you can ask for. But Russell Wilson, towards the end of the season, and especially in the playoffs, you could tell he changed his game up a little bit. It was pass first, run second. And he started doing that halfway through the year. That's what these running quarterbacks have to do, in my opinion. It is pass first, run second. If the opening to run is there, go ahead and take it. But if you have time in the pocket, there's no need to run. That's how you got to do it. Russell Wilson, he definitely has a strong arm. With the camera shake. He definitely has a strong arm. He's a former baseball player. In fact, was in spring training with the team that he's technically on for baseball, the MLB, the Texas Rangers. He's a great athlete. He's a phenomenal athlete. In fact, I'd probably put him in the top 5 for athletes right now in just general sports if I did a top 5 athletes list, but I'm not doing that. It actually sounds like an idea. Maybe I can do that. But as of right now, it doesn't look like I'm going to do that. But definitely Russell Wilson is my number 5 just because of his overall talent. He's not specifically excelling at one particular area, but he's definitely very, very talented, and he can only get better. It's his second year in the league, and he's already won the Super Bowl once. On to number 4. Number 4 on this list, I have Aaron Rodgers. There's no quarterback except for the next 3 that get better than Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers is the king of consistency. He's always putting up consistent numbers. He definitely gets the job done. There's not much inconsistency in Aaron Rodgers' game. He's a former Super Bowl winning quarterback in his own right. He puts up phenomenal numbers. He even holds the record for the best passer rating in a single season. I'm pretty sure that was the year they won the Super Bowl, which was 2011 or 2010. Well, technically the year was 2011, but the season was the 2010 season. That's always gets confusing with football. But anyways, he's a former MVP winner, a Super Bowl winner, Super Bowl MVP. Aaron Rodgers is a great quarterback. He always makes smart decisions, and he has a little mobility to his game. He reminds me of John Elway. John Elway could always move if he had to, and so can Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers isn't slow, so don't take him lightly, but he definitely knows how to throw a ball beautifully. But I'm interested to see how Aaron Rodgers does this year. I'm interested to see if he can do more with less after losing a few players in this offseason. And one of these guys coming up definitely impressed me with doing more with less. We'll see if it was really the wide receivers that were getting the job done for him over his career, or if it's really him. I'm pretty sure it's really him. I mean, there's really no doubt in my mind that it's none other than himself at the quarterback position that gets that team going. Anyways, on to number 3. Number 3, I did Drew Brees. Drew Brees is the field general of the NFL. He's perfect at controlling the game. He doesn't turn the ball over much as a quarterback, and he definitely was a quarterback that doesn't compare to the one coming up, but he's definitely a quarterback that did more with less this year. In my opinion, the Saints receiving corps was absolutely awful. Their running back corps was probably top 5 in the NFL, and they had the number 1 tight end in the NFL. And their running back corps was probably the best in top 5 in the NFL, and their tight end Jimmy Graham is the best tight end in the NFL, in my opinion. Oh, I spoiled that a little bit. Oh, well. Unless I decide to upload the tight end video first. But, I probably will now. But, definitely, without a doubt, Drew Brees and Jimmy Graham are one of the most fierce combos in the league at the quarterback, and I guess, in this case, a receiver, because that's how Jimmy Graham's being used as a receiver. That's why he's phenomenal. I think the receiving corps sucks, to be honest, and Drew Brees is doing it with a good screen game in the running back corps with what he had with Darren Sproles. But now he lost Darren Sproles, but he still has Mark Ingram and other supporting cast, and he's still going to have Jimmy Graham. Maybe he'll draft tight end. Maybe they'll go first pick tight end. They'll do what the Patriots did a few years ago. They'll go with a lot of the 2 tight end sets, what they did with a guy coming up in Aaron Hernandez. So, on to my... Oh, why did I say a guy coming up? Gronk and Aaron Hernandez. I'm thinking I'm doing the tight end video now, and I'm not. So, anyways, on to number 2. Number 2 on this list is none other than Tom Brady. And the guy ahead of him, they're top 5 quarterbacks. Tom Brady and the guy ahead of him are top 5 quarterbacks ever, in my opinion. Tom Brady has won a lot of Super Bowls in his time, and he's been to a lot of Super Bowls in his time. What has he been to? Won 4 and went to 6? That's a lot. That's definitely a sign of a great, great quarterback. Tom Brady this year impressed me so much. I don't like Tom Brady, and I hate the Patriots, but you can't deny that he's not one of the best quarterbacks ever. He definitely proved he could do a lot with a little. His receiving core was awful. Danny Amendola couldn't stay healthy, and Julian Edelman stepped up as the number 1. That's how you know receiving core is awful. Also, Gronk was hurt, and their running back core actually excelled for the first time in a long time, which is good for them. Good for Tom Brady, I guess. But man, Tom Brady made Julian Edelman look good, and it was smart for Julian Edelman to stay, because I guarantee you if he went anywhere else, he would have been back to just a forgotten wide receiver that does nothing. Because Tom Brady makes his receivers look great. There's no two ways about it. It's just how he works. And that's why he really impressed me this year. But there's one guy ahead of him. Number 1. This guy, Peyton Manning. There's no quarterback, in my opinion, in the NFL right now better than Peyton Manning. He put up, broke Tom Brady's single-season passing record of yards, and he broke Drew Brees' passing touchdown record, and he broke Drew Brees' passing yard record, both this year. He had 54 touchdowns, was the final, after breaking Tom Brady's 50, and then he broke Drew Brees' passing yards record by 1 yard, but he broke the record. That's phenomenal. His interception numbers were low. There's nothing better than Peyton Manning. Granted, he was the runner-up in the Super Bowl, and granted, he and his team sucked and absolutely choked in the Super Bowl. But Peyton Manning is still just Peyton Manning. Peyton Manning is probably the best, I guess, regular season quarterback ever, because he's one of the worst postseason quarterbacks, in my opinion. He has 1 Super Bowl after being to 3, and he's been to the playoffs a lot, and getting eliminated early was an MO for a while with the Colts, other than the Super Bowl appearances. But him and Tom Brady have a great rivalry, the Brady-Manning Bowl. It's fun to watch those two just go at each other. They're the best 2 quarterbacks in the league right now. They'll end probably in top 5 quarterbacks for years to come, until maybe somebody else steps up in the next 30, 40 years. We don't know yet. I mean, the NFL is American sports are only about 100 years old. Where will we be 500 years down the road when we could have guys smashing records? And I mean destroying records. How will athletes look 500 years from now? Well, we'll find out in the NFL, and that's a prime example of how that'll happen. But thank you guys for watching this top 5, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Probably a top 5 again. Goodbye.